Good day, everyone. How are you, my friends? I have gotten a special request from a teacher who is sharing information with her preschool students about the 4 seasons, and I've been asked to read a book about the seasons, so that's what I'm doing today in our collection of stories called Sitting Under Trees Reading Books. And you might be able to tell I'm not outside because again, it's a windy day, so I've made myself a little tree. It's got leaves, it's got branches, it's got roots, and we're going to sit under this pretend little tree and read about seasons, change in the natural world. And this one might be a little bit longer, but it's got great photos, good illustrations to show the change of seasons, so I hope you enjoy it. Thanks for joining me. Spring, summer, fall, and winter. There is a reason for every season. And you can see here that different icons will represent different seasons, so you know where we are. With spring, ladybug, summer, sunflower, fall, leaf, and winter looks like mistletoe, maybe? A winter leaf with berries. There's growing plants. That's what's happening in our ecosystem right now as the sun comes out and the weather warms up because, well, we think it has. It's going to get cold again this week, but spring has sprung. In the spring, everything grows. Buds are about to become flowers, but do they know? Babies are born, both animals and plants. Spring's in the air, time for a song and dance. Okay, take a break, do a dance. You can do it. Do a wiggle. Nice, good spring dance. This picture's got buds and a bird's nest, a seedling, and a family of rabbits. Dew on a flower, dew on grass, dew on a ladybug, and fog. We've seen a lot of that lately because it's wet out there. Who knew? Tiny drops of water are called dew. But fog is just clouds near to the ground. It's low and it's wet and it doesn't make a sound. Rain makes sound, right? But fog is silent. First to sprout. Asparagus points are called spears, and when the corn is grown, it will have ears. The first plants of the season are the pioneers. The greenest green, spring's souvenirs. It's a good poem. There's a cornfield starting to grow, and clover. Oh, look, there's a 4-leaf. There's the asparagus spears and some wheat. We actually have winter wheat growing in our fields here at Prairie Loft Center in Hastings. We'll show that on another video or post soon on our Facebook page. The beauty of blooms. Daffodil, hyacinth, and cherry blossoms. The colors of spring are truly awesome. Yellow, blue, and pink, each pretty blossom. The air is filled with sweet perfume. It's amazing to see spring bloom. Tadpole to frog. There's the tadpoles, and then they start getting legs and losing their tail, and then almost no tail at all, still a tadpole until it turns into a frog with no tail. When the tadpole loses his tail, the adult frog is unveiled. Once a great swimmer, he now has land to conquer. The frog is happy to become a great hopper. There's the adult. So it starts as a tadpole, starts as an egg, but they hatch as tadpoles and grow just like you're growing into an adult. It's raining, it's pouring. It sure is wet, and we're all set for springtime showers, all kinds of flowers, and a bright rainbow. The rain helps everything grow. Look at the rain bouncing off the toad. And there's a snail, they love the wet. Oh, I love rainbows. I hope we see some this spring. Caterpillar into butterfly. You saw the tadpole turn into a frog. Here's a caterpillar into a monarch butterfly. It may look strange, and what a way to rearrange. The caterpillar makes a huge exchange. He now has wings instead of toes. Look up and away. There he goes. There's the monarch caterpillar. And then they make the chrysalis, sometimes called a cocoon, but the science name is chrysalis. And when they come out of that chrysalis, they have wings and fly away as a beautiful monarch butterfly. Signs of the season. It's finally warm and now it is summer. The dragonfly beats his wings. He is the drummer. Everyone begins to emerge. Over on the lily pads, the ladybugs will converge. The salamander has just started to stir. These signs of the season are what he prefers. There's that salamander and ladybugs on a water lily and that big old beautiful dragonfly. Oops, so sorry. Thank you for your patience. Seed into plant. The little seed will soon be a bean, and from start to finish it stays bright, bright green. Ready, set, go. The seed will grow and grow. The little seedling puts on quite a fashion show. See how it starts as a seed? The first thing that happens is the roots grow down so that it gets nutrients from the soil and can start shooting that little green up to the surface, and it pushes its way out and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger until you've got delicious green beans or soybeans or navy beans or kidney beans. All beans grow that way. Color burst. Look at those bright yellows. The sunflowers are happy to be yellow. They ask the bee, "What about you, little fellow?" "I'm just trying to blend in. I've got some pollen on my shin, and I think that corn is looking for a scarecrow." Do you think that's really what the bee would say? Check that out though. It's got pollen stuck to its legs, and that's how bees help pollinate from flower to flower, because some of that pollen will shake off on the next flower. Cool, huh? It's hot out there. The bright sun shines on the sea, and over there a leaning palm tree. Beneath it a pattern crosses the sand, the palm frond shadow neatly fanned. Do we have palm trees in Nebraska? We do not, but it's really fun to see the shapes of shadows of trees on the ground because they're all different. So the next sunny day, you can look for that and see what the tree shadows tell you. Summer peaks. These are the longest days. The earth is warmed by the sun's rays. Tomatoes ripen and we take holidays. Enjoy watermelon and big bright bouquets. There's that wheat field. Remember the plant we saw earlier that was a wheat, that was green? And in summertime, when it's almost ready to harvest, they turn golden. Summer into fall. Why does summer seem so brief? It's a good question to ask a leaf. With the cooler weather, leaves change their color altogether. Green turns to brown, and soon all the leaves have fallen down. That green and orange tree is a beech tree, and they turn colors when the weather cools and the days shorten. That's a maple leaf, and so is that. Different kinds of maples though. See how that one has deeper lobes? That looks like, I'm gonna get it wrong now. One is a sugar maple and one is a silver maple. Maybe you can look it up. Fall is golden. We're into fall now, aren't we? The baled hay is in the field. The beauty of fall is revealed. The last flowers of the season bloom and unfold, showing the deep golden orange of the marigold. The apples are ripe and ready to pick, gold and red, and the color of brick. I think they were stretching for a rhyme there, don't you think? They're beautiful though, beautiful apples. Signs of the season. With the fall's harvest, we are truly impressed. Gourds, pumpkins, and Indian corn fill nature's treasure chest. There's a pumpkin and grapes, an Indian corn with all its colors, and those are gourds. Fall colors. The fox is happy to jump in the leaves, in and out of them he weaves. Red, orange, and yellow make him feel very mellow. He's quite content, he believes. This poet makes me giggle a little bit. Preparing for winter, the birds head south. The squirrel does not want to live hand to mouth. He won't need to roam. He gathers nuts to fill his home. To him, fall is a beautiful poem. There's geese flying in a V shape, and mushrooms, close-up geese, hazelnuts down below, and a happy squirrel with acorns up above his head. Hold on to your hat. You may not see anything, but it certainly is real. And as these photographs reveal, you'll need to be quite disciplined to withstand the full force of a strong fall wind. That photograph shows wind on the water and a snowy egret with its feathers blowing around, a grass field in the wind, and a horse whose mane is blowing beautifully. It's hard to show wind in a photograph, isn't it? But it's sure easy to feel on a day like this. Fall into winter. The autumn leaves begin to fall until there are none left at all. By winter, the beech tree is bare. She has nothing at all left to wear. When her leaves begin to stir, there is no way to prepare. There it is, all the leaves are gone. That would make a cool shadow too, wouldn't it? When the world is covered in frost, everything looks quite glossed. Icy crystals blanket the berries, but this is all necessary. As fall moves into winter, everything seems temporary. It's beautiful frost on the leaves, frost on the berries, and a chill in the air. Yep. Time for winter coats. Ooh, those look cozy, don't they? The brown bear stays warm all winter long. My thick fur coat keeps me strong. Well, warm, anyway. Getting ready to hibernate, the animals get along. Once their fur is thick enough, they'll all say, so long. The skunk isn't worried, she doesn't have a care. It's not her coat, but her smell that makes us beware. A brown bear, a wolf, and a skunk. We have skunks here in Nebraska, but no wolves or bears. Signs of the season. Here you see the green and red holly. The cedar waxwing looks quite jolly. What a pretty winter scene, the pine cone and the evergreen. Cedar waxwings are cool because they look like they dipped their tail in yellow paint. They love berries, especially cedar berries. That's why they're called cedar waxwing, but they like other kinds of berries too. I don't know about holly berries. What do you think? Not sure. Ooh, it's cold out there. Frozen water makes icicles and snowflakes. Be careful, make no mistake. Watch your step on the frozen lake. It's cold out there, for goodness sake. Oh, that's a cold page. It's making me feel cold. I'm gonna turn the page. Maybe. Oh, come on. Come on, you can do it. There we go. A good time to hide. In the frozen snow, these animals don't always show. They're very careful to stay out of sight, trying hard to not get frostbite. But when they do come out to play, they are delighted with the whiteness of the day. They're really camouflaged in the snow. There's an Arctic fox, a snowy owl, and an Arctic hare. And when you're in the Arctic, it means you're in frozen parts of the world where there's almost always ice and snow, so they can hide really well. Who goes there? The snow offers clues, whether claws, paws, or shoes, to who is out of the zoos and who has broken their curfews. We can see who's been out in the snow and who's been running on tiptoes. There's bird tracks, maybe turkey. They look like they might be kind of big and they're dragging in the snow. There's bear tracks. And sometimes you can even see wing patterns when birds come and grab something off the surface of the snow. Oh, that looks much warmer. The year begins anew. Winter is about to say goodbye, and spring's first flowers will try to peek out of the snow and drip dry. The yellow crocuses are about to bloom, pushing up to see if there's room. The warming temperatures make them assume it's the end of winter's cold and gloom. The ice is melting in both of those, and these crocuses are coming right through the snow. Mine did that in my yard a couple weeks ago, and then they got snowed on later. And that is the end of this book with that monarch caterpillar nibbling on the dillweed again. And it is now beginning anew with spring. It's starting to look green out there. And I am grateful that you joined me for Seasons, Change in the Natural World. I hope you enjoy this change of season toward warmer weather, and I hope you join me again for another in the series, Sitting Under Trees Reading Books. Have a great day. Be well. Bye.